to another Genius community Twitter space. Hello, legendary hunter. How are you? Welcome, welcome. So we just got started and hopefully see some others pop in. We do this at least 4 days a week at 1 p.m. Eastern. Today I want to talk about the different types of miners for those who are new. So if you're unfamiliar with the token, those of you listening now or listen later on, a good resource to get familiar is the website from the community called thegeniustoken.com. I'll go ahead and post a link below or in the comments. There we are. And to give you a little description designed to answer the simple question, can store value be programmed? Genius Token has been researched for over 5 years and in development. There's a nice little video on what is Genius on thegeniustoken.com. You'll see the contract ad just at the top. Hey, Carlos. Thanks for joining again. We're going over some basic stuffs again today. So imagine a token that uses artificial intelligence to reward holders with algorithms that incentivizes traders to build its market value. Through its smart contracts, Genius provides a brilliant design of store value. We believe Genius is the best crypto blockchain savings tool available. There are liquidity opportunities within the community as well. Right now, there's if you go into the main Telegram chat, there is a private room you can request to join for Avalanche and Polygon, so you can become part of the liquidity deals there. Genius is on Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Polygon, and Avalanche. And once Pulse Chain comes out, it would be on Pulse Chain as well. And if you're not familiar with Pulse Chain, you'll have whatever's on Ethereum copied over. So the Genius DApp is at Geni, that's GENI.app. I'm just trying to catch up on the links here. So the Genius DApp is where you can set up your miners. There's also access to the auction and other tools. When you go into Geni.app, it'll have you connect your wallet. And just so you know, there's 3 entities, both in-house during development and independent third-party audits. The audits consisted of technical implementation aspects as well as deep dive review into the contract's tokenomics and math. That includes Surtech as well. All right, I'm caught up on the links there. There's Geni.app. So that's your DApp. When you visit the DApp, and once you're connected, I'm waiting for my connection. Make sure I'm on the right internet here. Yep. So that's your DApp. When you visit the DApp, and once you're connected, I'm waiting for my connection. Make sure I'm on the right internet here. Yep. All right, connecting, done. You'll see on the top right, next to your wallet address, where you can switch your networks from Ethereum, Binance, Polygon, Pulse Chain testnet's on there, so you can play around with it. So even if you want to just check out Genius and see how it goes, there is that Pulse Chain testnet where you can use your testnet Pulse tokens. Avalanche is there as well. You'll see, starting from left to right, we're on day 99, 1 day away from 100 days. You have your mining, where you can create your miner. Well, before mining, of course, we would need to obtain Geni. There's performance, and that's where you'll see IQ share rates, advanced IQ share rates, basic IQ share rates, how much is in advanced miners locked, how much is in basic locked, and how much debt is locked. Liquid supply and burn supply. And what's great about this section here is at the start of a new Genius Day, which is at 4:44 Eastern, you can click the Summarize button, which incentivizes users to interact with the contract to summarize the previous Genius Day. Now, only one person would be able to summarize, so it's first come, first serve, but you will be rewarded for that. So that's one way of getting Geni token just by interacting with the contract here on the D app. There's the auction section. So let's say that you get spend $100 and get some Geni. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up. I go on Nomics for these purposes and type in, so that's nomics.com. It's a crypto index. I type in Geni, and before I hit enter, you'll see Geni, Genius, ERC20, Avalanche, Polygon, and you'll see one that does not have anything in parentheses. That's Binance. So let's take a look at ERC20. Right now the price is at 0.000131. It's up 4.26%. If you scroll down, there's a calculator for USD to Geni. So let's type in $100 of USD, how much Geni that would get us right now. That's 764,166 Geni tokens. Now, it doesn't take much to understand the opportunity that when that hits a penny, your $100 just turned into $7,641. Really early, guys. We're really early. But that's just looking at when the price goes up. Going back to the D app, you can take those Geni that you purchased for $100 and go into the auctions and find more opportunities for yourself. And there's different chains, of course. So on Nomics, when you go to Avalanche, $100 gets you 2.8 million Geni, guys. And again, that hits a penny. You're looking at $28,000 at a penny. So I don't need to continue on that. There's other chains to go through. You get the idea. What's really great is, speaking of Avalanche, they're becoming very popular with e-games and esports. And that includes for like League of Legends and some other main titles like that. So Genius is a great opportunity for professional gamers or just gamers who, spend their downtime on these games where they need Avalanche for their purchases or for what they need in the game. They can get more Avalanche by earning their Geni and converting it over in time. So it's a great tool for those people who there's 30 million users on this platform. I posted about it a couple weeks ago on my Twitter. I'd have to take a look at it, but so back to Geni.app. You also have, it says stability pool. This is your collateral pool, your debt pool, where you can deposit, let's say on the Ethereum network, Ethereum, DAI, to receive Geni. So you can get better deals at times than on the market right now. And I'm just going to go ahead and walk through this while I'm here. So $100 gets you 0.054 in Ethereum. You take that over to Geni.app for the stability pool, you would receive 739,681 Geni for your $100 in ETH. And let's compare that again to the buying right on the market here, the market price that's on based on what Nomics is showing. It's pretty close to the same right now. Looking at Binance, I gotta switch networks. So right now, BNB, $100 is 0.30. So if you put that into the stability pool, looks like I have to reconnect my wallet, guys. Sorry, I'm on the wrong account. Well, I'm waiting for this to load. I hope you guys are having a great day. All right. So for $100 in BNB, you get 2,558,000 Geni on the market. Let's see, 295. Let's see here. So this is a great deal right now on Binance. So taking the 2,558,011 Geni with the difference of what the market is right now, which is 2,295,125. Your difference is you're getting 262,886 Geni more by using the stability pool. And with the price it's at right now, just right now, times 0.000043, you get an extra $11. 0.0003. But you take that amount, and of course, it hits a penny, you're making an extra $2,600 just from using the stability pool. So there's your opportunities by using the stability pool. There's also the redeem function on stability pool. It'll tell you what's total unsettled genius, what the redeem rate is. And that's where you can put in your Geni to redeem from the pool. Now, when you use the stability pool to deposit, you will have to create a miner and go through the miner to receive that Geni. It's not like it just pops into your wallet. It will be in a miner. Now to buy, you can click on buy on the D app and you'll see it'll say it looks like you don't have any genius. Depending on what network you're on, you're gonna use Uniswap for Ethereum, PancakeSwap for Binance, QuickSwap for Polygon, Trader Joe for Avalanche, and it'll take you to the links directly there. Always double check your contract address, of course. Gives you a little rundown on the D app here. Again, this might be redundant for some of you guys, but I'm going to keep talking about it so more people, so it's out there more more people hear it, it can be shared. It might be said one way one day and another way a different day, and it just clicks with people. That's why I'm here. I'm gonna check the comments. No comments yet, it looks like. So, okay. Do we have a plan to list Geni on centralized exchanges? We're community run. It can be listed. It just hasn't. Being that it's more of a set it and forget it and lock it up, in my opinion, it's not something that is imperative besides showing people it. People would have to understand the stability pool and that a lot of the liquidity, the tokens, it's not just on the market. So people can look at the market cap, people can look at the market and the liquidity that's on some of these dexes, and if it ends up listing on a centralized exchange, it's not going to compute with people, especially since most people are just going to go through their regular, hey, let me look at this, and that, like I do with every other token. And if they don't understand the tokenomics and what Genius is doing in the D app, they're not going to understand that they're missing some things, some crucial things. I'm sure it'll happen eventually. I'm not showing something. I am just going over what is found on the different websites that I have posted here. So I posted Geni.app, which is the D app, and that's what I was just explaining, the different features there. And the geniustoken.com, which is our community site. That way you have all the tools and information you need to learn more about Genius, because there's a lot to it. It's a hyper yield AI driven blockchain certificate of deposit. When you go to Geni.app, you'll see on the left hand side there's a link for the Telegram. Definitely join it if you're on Telegram. If you're not on Telegram, get on there. Don't answer DMs, but get into the chat so you can learn more through the community. Now, just to go over the white paper too, it's I think 61 pages. So I'm just going to go over some of the basic information here. It'll go over like where the value comes from, how to do the private whale registries, liquidity registries, how to acquire Genius, which is what we talked about, contract verification, tokenomics 101, talks about the annual inflation, what's paid out on inflation is paid out to Genius miners on a daily basis. The initial supply is approximately 240 billion tokens, and there's a maximum of an additional 14.5% or 35 billion that can be minted from holders with the legacy Geni contract. There was a pre-token and a sacrifice beforehand to get people on board, interested, understanding what was through what was being developed, education, and it goes over how the initial token distribution happens and what legacy Geni is and was. Legacy Geni's no longer needed now that we're launched and we're on day 99. Performance rewards and pumpamentals and burnamentals, and of course the blackout days, winning auctions, stability pool, collateral miners. And the collateral miners is what we were just going over with the stability pool. Now, anytime anyone early ends a miner, that 23.6% remain in the burnt supply. And there's going to be, let's see, and there's auction bids, 61.8% of winning auctions remains in the burn supply. For each outbid, 0.01 is in the burn supply. So there's burnamentals there. There's pumpamentals where there's a percentage that goes to those who are still collecting on their miners. Talks about the uh, origin address. There is an OA grantor and a beneficiary. The accounts have been separated with limited abilities that do not require Genius end users to elect or trust the accounts. It's not possible for the accounts themselves to harm Genius. It's only possible for them to voluntarily assist the Genius community or remain to do nothing. Now, recently, we just had, we're in the process actually of to distributing grants from those who have been active in the community, creating content, um, helping out with the NFTs, helping out in the chats, um, on YouTube, Twitter, graphics, helping out with posting it up at on different sites, PR, marketing. Yep. So and all community ran. It's all community members doing it. So the beneficiary has released the first bit of grants today. I think there was about a dozen people who received theirs today, and we're still waiting on more people to submit their forms. So being active in Genius not only helps the community out and drives all of us, there you can be noticed by the beneficiary as well. So that's really neat. And the the OA grantor can change the OA beneficiary address at any time. So for any reason, if the community is like, hey, what's going on with these tokens? Why aren't they being used in the market or what have you, whatever the community decides to do to future proof help more of Genius through the OA grantor and beneficiary can be expressed and make sure that the beneficiary is keeping things moving. And so far, it's been great. And I think it's going to continue to be great. Let's see here. Yeah, and there's this, of course, a section about mining. There's different miners, and that's what I wanted to talk about here. Is there are advanced miners and basic miners. You have to go through the DF to mine, of course. And it's an incentive promise that generates and accumulates rewards via reward shares. So that's your shares is your bit of um, the pool, if you will. So when you mine Genius, the software will invoke a function of the smart contracts to commit your Geni for a period of days. So you may mine, some people call it stake, 100 Geni for 30 days. During this time, you won't be able to access your Geni. You won't be able to transfer or interact with that Geni until the stake is completed, the miner is completed. And after those 30 days, given as the example, your reward shares will expire and you must end your miner to receive the 100 Geni plus the rewards of the incentive promise. The certificate of deposit is a great metaphor for that. Now it shows that what the math is for the reward share and price on the white paper. Let's see. There are late end mining phases where once it hits past 7 days, there is penalties, and it talks about the penalties there. It's as simple as setting a reminder, putting it close to a birthday. Longer and the more that you mine together, the higher the reward share. So that's it. Just avoid your penalties. Keep your promise. Take it out when it's time. You got that 7-day grace period. So the three types of policies for mining is advanced mining, basic mining, and collateral mining. advanced mining, you'll mine the most rewards. And of course, if you're doing like a 90-day, which is the minimum you can do on a advanced miner, it's not going to be as much fruit for you as if you did a 3-year on a basic, I'm sure. And you can toggle and double check the differences on the D app. You got more people in here. Hello, Benjamin. Crypt C78. Good seeing you again. And I'm just going to check on the comments real quick. The link of the form is going to be in the Telegram chat. Those grants are for anyone who has contributed before mid-January, but there's opportunities for the next round, and then we'll have another format for that. Sudden price dump for ERC20. There's a few reasons. One, there was a neglectful whale, but he's still in. He's still doing his thing. He's still holding. Another one was there was some of the liquidity that was taken out and moved around and also moved into collateral miners. And there's actually a pinned Twitter space on the Genius Twitter that explains all of this in more detail with shades, because he's a little more technical than I am. So definitely take a listen to that. Yeah, thanks. Any other questions, guys? Just drop them in the comments. So the advanced mining, when you go, you can just control F, guys, into the white paper, type in basic mining, advanced mining. It'll drop you right in there where it shows the Genius mining policies, where you can see the difference of the low risk, low reward, or the high risk, high reward situations. Advanced mining stakes, based on the penalties incurred by basic Genius miners and advanced miners, they will get the extra rewards for that. Mine extra rewards from large liquidations, can mine Genius for 90 to 4,444 days. Although advanced mining cannot be created to mine less than 90 days, they can still be auctions for ownership and transferred from days 1 through 89. So you can transfer those over with an auction. Once you put an auction up, guys, if somebody bids on it, there's no redacting it. You can't cancel your auction once it's on there, unless there hasn't been a bid on it yet. And people start bidding on them pretty quickly. The miner cannot early end until it has served at least 180 days, or until they have served all of their promised days. This means that the first day that an advanced miner, so we're still talking about advanced miners, can end early is on day 181. For all advanced Genius mining stakes, the first 180 days can only be auctions. They cannot end early. They have more severe penalties when you end an advanced miner early. Penalties can eat into your Genius rewards earned as well as your mining principal. So if this is something you're going to be doing and you're in it to set it and forget it and be here long term, make sure you're keeping an eye on when it's over so you can end it. I can't express that enough. It's simple stuff, but I hear about it. We're only on day 99, and we're already hearing about it in the chat, how people forgot to end within the 7 days. No, it's not there. It's not detrimental to them where it was a huge chunk out of it, but let's say you forget for 6 months, that's going to hurt. The penalties are amplified depending on how many Genius miners have ended early in a given period, and have a larger penalty when you end your Genius mining late beyond the 7 days grace period. So that's all listed here in the white paper. Basic miners, So now we're at basic miners can mine Genius for 1 to 4,444 days. And they are only based on inflation. Of the 4.236% total inflation, basic simple miners receive the most 2 point or 23.6% of the total inflations. They do not earn rewards from the miner penalties. You cannot stop mining for the first and last 10% of the mining period based by default. For example, if you create a basic miner for 108 days, you cannot end the mining the first 10 days nor the last 10 days of the period. In most situations with basic miners, only rewards are penalized. Principal is only ever penalized when the Genius miner chooses to auction the miner and to be transferred to another end user, and the Genius miner neglects to end their mining after a 7-day grace period. Now, the collateral miners we talked about when we were going through the DApp under stability pool. So collateral mining is from the stability pool. You cannot end that mining before the promise period is over. The principal is used to pay back the debt before the end user receives the Genius mining rewards. Any remaining unpaid debt remains in the stability pool, thus increasing the price of the public settlement rate. When the Genius shares function is called on a collateral miner, the late ending miner penalty is used to settle debt for the miner. And there's a section for the Genius stability pool that'll go over the early ends miner and late end miner penalty calculations. There's a shutdown miner function that behaves differently for a collateral miner. The caller of the function will receive the incentive rewards as a combination of the miner's collateral and any remaining performance rewards earned by the miner. By choosing advanced mining, you mine extra Genius that cannot be mined by the basic policy, which we read earlier. The auction action creates an auction for the mining stake that collateral miners can only be minted from a blockchain asset used as collateral. For example, a collateral miner can be minted by the native Ether token as wrapped Ether or WETH or a stable coin such as USDC. There's a lot to digest here, guys, when it comes to your basic and your advanced miners, collateral miners here. In my opinion, it's not much to worry about with the details here. If you're going to set it and forget it and not neglect the day that it ends, this or the 7-day grace period, because then you're fine. Don't put yourself in any position with any investment or something you want to get into where you might need to pull it out for emergencies and you didn't read the white paper to understand what that would look like. Know what it's going to look like if something comes up. Yeah, you'll see also, scroll down a little more, it's on an early ends mining section as well. And it goes over also the blackout periods a little more detailed. There's more than 10 pages about just the miners itself, guys. Majority of this is about that in the math. Other than that, then it's just talking about the DAO that's coming up, the decentralized autonomous organization, and Genius NFTs, the GenFTs. We'll get into that some other day. Still bullish about it, guys. And I'm glad to see you guys here. Let's check out these comments, see if we got anything. Hello, Eric. Do we know how the NFTs will play into the ecosystem yet? I do not. I'm just as curious. Trust me, as soon as I find out there's gonna be a space that's gonna have its own theme to it. Thanks for joining, guys. If you have any ideas or things you want to go over in these Twitter spaces, feel free to let me know. You can even DM me and say, "Hey, can you talk about this?" Even if it's not something I'm too technical about, or if there's a question you have, um, let me know. We'll get the answer and we'll talk about it. Especially if it's here on the spaces, because we can talk about it in the chat and Telegram all day long, but it's not getting it out there to other people who might just want to stumble across this or have it shared to them so they can listen to it. And for some reason, Twitter has been mean to me, upset with me. I have to go to Twitter support or something because it says I've reached my limits to follow people, and I haven't followed anyone all week. So please follow me, and as soon as I'm able to follow people back, I will. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Does anyone else have any questions before I head out? I've been listening to a lot of retro wave lately. You guys all have a wonderful afternoon. I will be here tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern.